and welcome back. Today I am doing a quick review for you. So this is a format we actually normally do in blog posts, but I had a few things to go over that I'd been testing, and actually I think it's just quicker to run through in a video. So I'm not going to take you through the spec of all these products because they've all been written about on the blog already. I did a post called 5 products I'm testing this week, so exactly what the products are is all explained in those posts. I'll leave it below. So what I'm really going to do now is just take you through my experience with all of them, tell you what I think, so you can decide if it's something you might like to try. First up, and this is actually the 6th thing that I tried, and I've been using this skincare range for the last 3 weeks, and it is a new skincare range from the brand Revlon, which you will know because they make fillers. So they make kind of like Juvederm, something you put in your lips and in your cheeks to kind of improve volume, and they've now come up with a product range that's designed to kind of complement the fillers, and it's for a slightly older audience, but I thought I'd test it out anyway. Oh, by the way, all these products have been sent to us to try, so they're all PR samples. I was sent 4 products to try. The first is the facial cleanser, which is nice and creamy and emollient, feels really nice on the skin, but I'll be honest, it's nothing special. I wouldn't rush out and buy this over my preferred cleanser, which is the Avene Gentle Milk Cleanser. So nice, but not essential. Then I tried the day cream, and this is the SPF 15 version. They also make one without an SPF, and this was also really nourishing and lovely, but I would say slightly too rich for me. So because my skin is slightly on the oilier side, I had to wait a little bit for it to kind of dry down before I put my makeup on, which I don't have with my normal moisturizer, which is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. But I do think that someone with a slightly drier skin would love this. Not very dry, but if you're kind of normal to dry, I reckon you'll really, really like this cream. In fact, I'm going to give it to Camilla to try because I think she'll really like it. And the complimentary evening products then, one of them is a night serum, and this is in fact a retinol serum. This is, I believe it's 0.4%. I'll put a note on the screen if I've got that wrong, but it's 0.4% retinol, so it is on the lower end of the scale in terms of concentration, so it's a very good starting retinol. I use a 1% retinol, so this doesn't really have much of an effect on me. Again, I think that the texture is better for a slightly drier skin because you kind of put it on and then it sort of suddenly becomes almost like an oil, not exactly an oil, but it tends to kind of, as you're working it in, it suddenly gets kind of slippy, which is really nice for evening, but again, I think something that's slightly more comfortable for people with drier skin. And then the night cream is just a really nourishing, lovely night cream. If I had to pick one thing from the range that I would continue to use, it would be this. Sticking on the skincare theme, this is a face mask from Clarins, and this is called the Extra Firming Mask. It has what Camilla described quite accurately as the texture and smell of blueberry yogurt, which I thought was quite funny. So it's designed to be best for people who have very stressed skin. So if you tend to have skin that gets dull from pollution, or you tend to get fine lines from stress, and your skin is feels a bit worn, that's what this mask is for. It's also designed for a slightly more mature skin because it does have that firming quality. So when I used it, I slathered on a kind of really thick layer all over my skin, and I definitely felt the tightening, although I will say it didn't last. Having said that, I don't think I've ever used a firming mask where the effects have lasted for longer than like an hour, but it is a lovely mask. I don't know that, again, it's for me. I think it's better for, again, slightly older skin, someone who really, really likes that firming, smoothing feeling. It's not particularly moisturizing or hydrating, so just be careful if you do have dry skin. Follow up with something really nice and nourishing afterwards. Next up is a beautiful red nail polish from Chanel. This is from their newest collection. It's called Le Rouge, and this color is Rouge Puissant, number 528. What's special about these nail polishes is they've been reformulated. So they used to have really, really bad wear. They would chip within like a day of putting them on, which when you're paying upwards of $400 for a nail polish is, as far as I'm concerned, unacceptable. Luckily they realized that, and the entire range has been reformulated. It comes in the most gorgeous selection of colors, and they do a number of really beautiful reds. This is a very classic kind of pillar box red. I wore this, I'll put a picture on the screen now, what my nails looked like at the 7-day mark. I didn't have any chips. I had normal kind of tip wear on the free edge of the nail, which is normal with any nail polish, and I had probably a tiny bit of wear at the very, very corner of my thumbnails, which is actually normally where my nails start to break down the soonest. But I didn't have to replace the nail polish until day 9, at which point I still didn't have any proper chips. My nails had grown out and I had to actually change my nail color. So I really think these now absolutely live up to the hype, and if this is in your price range, I can highly recommend them. On the other end of the budget scale is this lipstick, and this is from Maybelline. It is their new Vivid Matte Liquid range. I'm wearing this right now. The shade name is number 50 Nude Thrill. This is really nice. What I will say is these don't dry down properly matte. They're more like a satin finish, but what I like about that is that it means they're creamier, so they don't dry your lips out and make you have that really shrink wrapped lip thing, which I actually just hate. I've used this over a little bit of lip balm, which is what I normally do. I've used it without lip balm. It doesn't dry my lips out, it doesn't go all flaky and crack off your lips. It's really beautiful, and the shade range is gorgeous. The closest thing to this that I've tried in this price range is the Revlon HD matte lip colors. These shades are actually very similar, so I mean, I'd obviously you wouldn't need both, but just to give you an idea of what the colors look like side by side, this is the Revlon shade in Seduction. So that's what that looks like, you see. And then I'll swatch the Maybelline one next to it. So they are borderline identical. I would say the Maybelline one is slightly warmer, but they're very similar. So just to give you an idea of how those two compare, the formula is actually incredibly similar too. The Revlon ones also don't dry down completely. Next up is this eyeshadow palette. This is from Urban Decay, and it's called the Urban Decay XX Vice Limited Reloaded. It's from a collection that they're doing throughout the year for their 20-year anniversary, and they're doing a number of different kinds of products, and this is, I believe this is the first one from that collection. So here is the shade range. Now at first glance I was a bit like, ooh, never going to use those colors, but having said that, it does have a number of neutrals, in fact more neutrals than bright colors, and the colors that are in here are actually gorgeous for a smoky eye. So what you have is two different shades of green, so a lighter green and a darker green, perfect for creating a colourful smoky eye. Using like a nice gunmetal base would look amazing. They've got two shades of purple, same idea, two shades of kind of rosy pink. They've got this very deep purple here, lovely rich browns, a black with glitter in it, a navy with green glitter in it. It's just, actually the colours are sensational. I haven't used all of them. I mostly have tested the more traditional kind of neutral shades, and they're just gorgeous. Urban Decay eyeshadows are some of the best money can buy. They're always really smooth and buttery and blend beautifully, and the metallics are always really gorgeous and intense and look stunning on the eye. So that is a beautiful palette. It's not something I would, you know, like I said, pick up and at first glance think it was something I would like, but it's really surprised me and I've enjoyed it much more than I thought I would. And Urban Decay you can get in Santon City. There's a standalone Urban Decay store, and hopefully soon there'll be an online store and they'll roll out to other parts of the country, but for now, Joburg girls, you're in luck because this is there. Last but not least is a hair care range from Tresemme. So this is a new range and it is called Beautiful Volume. Now it's interesting because the first part of the range is a co-washing system, and by that I mean you condition first and you follow up with the shampoo. So the conditioner comes with a really good pump, and I have to say I never really have had a hair product with a pump in the shower before, but it actually makes all the difference. It's so handy, so I love that about it. You put that on your lengths first, do your normal shower routine, leave it in for 5 minutes, and then you rinse it out with water and follow up with the shampoo. And the shampoo it's got a really rich lather, so like it totally foams up and it feels really luxurious. It's really awesome. I think because of that it's slightly moisturizing, so what happens is after you get out the shower and you brush your hair, it isn't any worse. You know, I didn't have more tangles or knots than I would if I'd done it the other way around, which was something I was a little bit concerned about. The idea behind it is that it leaves your hair full of volume. It doesn't get weighed down by your conditioning product. Now in theory you could do this with any shampoo and conditioner. I don't believe you need to buy these products in order to go through this routine, and if I had to choose one I'd say the shampoo is really nice because it leaves your hair feeling very swishy and clean and just bouncy, so I really like that. I don't know that it's going to replace my favorite hair care, but it was really nice to try, and certainly the idea of co-washing I think I'm probably going to stick with. And then the styling products in the range are a volume and softness hair maximizer. This is a cream that you put on damp hair, and then the Beautiful Volume Touchable Bounce Mousse. I really wanted to like the styling products more than I did. They just didn't do enough for my hair, so the cream on its own I just didn't get much from. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend that. The mousse is very subtle, so it definitely doesn't make your hair crunchy. It doesn't give your hair any texture, but I do think it maybe just, it's going to sound funny, but like kind of aerates your hair. Like it adds to that very swishy sort of bouncy feel that you get from the shampoo. It is very subtle though, and I just don't know that anyone with hair much thicker or coarser than mine would notice the difference. I've got very, very fine thin hair, so again, I don't know that I would reach for it. And in honesty, having used other Tresemme products, I'm going to show you two now that are finished, which I actually bought in the UK and they don't have them here. Tresemme, if you're watching, please bring this range to South Africa. This is the Perfectly Undone. It's kind of a wave creating salt texturizing range. This is the wave creating sea foam for soft waves, so that's obviously a mousse, and then this is a dry texturizing spray, which is absolutely brilliant. This is awesome. I'm definitely going to repurchase this the next time I'm in the UK. But this range, I would say, gives you more texture, more volume. It makes it easier to curl your hair. I think it's better for fine hair. It just gives you more of a result. So as much as I love this product, I don't know that I would wholeheartedly recommend the other Beautiful product. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching Quick Reviews. If there's anything you'd like us to test, please let us know. And subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Bye.
My favorite, an absolute showstopper, this is the Eyeshadow Quad, which has a really beautiful camel color, 2 darker browns, and then this red, which is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful.